to the Contenders. I'm your host, Peg Young. There was a recent survey and salary people said that they wouldn't trade their vacations for any amount of money. Well, I completely agree with that sentiment. Vacation season has started in earnest in Korea, and I wonder what plans you have. Well, let's begin the fun today by welcoming today's contenders onto our stage. Welcome to our stage. We have the An team, Park So-hyun and Kim Yoon-sik. Well, tell us a bit about yourselves.
Well, we're from an English club called E2SC. It's a speaking club, and one of our leaders and us here forcefully, and we'll have a great time here and hopefully go to the second round.
Ah, well, so you were sent on a mission to have fun on the Contenders. And I hear that she also decided that you would be called An in order to show your togetherness. Well, it's good to have you on our stage. Good luck to you today. Now, Naeja is another team that has a very meaningful name. We have Duncan, Minette, Westwood, and Victor Cheung. Thank you for joining us, and tell us a bit about yourselves.
We're both teachers at Naeja English Academy, and it's in the beautiful lake city of Cheung. And we're very happy to be here, and we'd like to thank all the teachers and students for their support.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck to all of you today. Now let us get to our quiz. In this first section, we will be giving you 10 multiple choice questions worth 10 points each. You have 5 seconds to answer per question. You can use chance once, and if you call out chance, we'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. That gives you a 50-50% chance of getting it correct. And well, and you get to choose first Q, U, I, or Z sets of questions.
Q, please.
So question set Q, number 1. In The Boy Who Cried Blank, what is the animal that appears in the boy's lie? 1, hyena. 2, lion. 3, wolf. 4, snake.
Number 3, wolf.
And we're at question 2. Of the following, which is not an island? 1, Manhattan. 2, Hong Kong. 3, Yeouido. 4, Tokyo.
Number 4, Tokyo.
Tokyo is the capital of Japan, and Japan is an island country. Have you been there before?
Yes.
Oh, you
have?
have?
On a business trip.
For a?
On a business trip.
On a business trip. Yes. Well, if you win twice in a row, we actually will give you tickets, and it'll be a pleasure trip. And we go to question 3. Of the following, which country is not included in the period of the 3 states in Korean history? 1, 고구려. 2, 백제. 3, 신라. 4, 조선.
Number 4, Joseon.
That is the more recent period, and we go to question 4. How many chambers does a camel's stomach have? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4.
Chance, please.
You'll use chance. We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices, and please make your final selection.
Number 3. 3.
Yes, that is correct. Camels and actually deer have 3-chambered stomachs, whereas animals that chew cud, like cows, have 4 chambers, and we have 1, of course. And we go to question 5. From 1904 to 1905, Japan was at war. Which country did Japan defeat? 1, Great Britain. 2, China. 3, Russia. 4, United States.
Number 3, Russia.
And we go to question 6, sorry. Question 6. What measure of energy comes from the Latin word for heat? 1, calorie. 2, Celsius. 3, ohm. And 4, Fahrenheit.
Number 2, Celsius.
The correct answer is calorie. We have a lot of the quiz ahead. You end this section with 50 points. Now, Naeja team, you are left with U, I, or Z sets. Which will you have?
Go ahead, Duncan.
I.
Okay, we will go with question set I, number 1. Of the following, what does the U stand for in IOU? 1, unless, 2, you, 3, until, and 4, unforget.
Number 2, you.
And question 2. Of the following, which is not an official event for sports? 1, Universiade, 2, Olympic Games, 3, Asian Games, 4, World Jamboree. If you're not sure, you can use chance. What will you do, Naeja?
For World Jamboree.
You guys seem to struggle a bit with that one. Which one were you considering besides the World Jamboree?
Well, we're thinking about using chance, but we decided to save it for later.
Okay, all right. And we go to question 3. Of the following, what term do psychiatrists use for self-love? 1, autoeroticism, 2, onanism, 3, narcissism, 4, altruism.
3, narcissism.
And question 4. What country boasts the largest Muslim population in the world? 1, Indonesia, 2, Iran, 3, Malaysia, 4, Pakistan.
Chance, please.
You'll use chance. We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And what will you choose?
1, Indonesia.
Was that a cold guess on your part?
It was an educated guess. Actually, another teacher is from Indonesia. And
So
he's
you
gonna
knew a
be
bit
mad
about
at us.
Okay, all right. And we go to question 5. Of the following, which crop is grown in the most number of countries? 1, potatoes, 2, rice, 3, corn, 4, sweet potatoes. Naeja, final answer, please.
3, corn.
Yeah.
That was in the week practice leader.
And that answer ties you with your opponents, the Ann team. You're even at 50 points, and now we go to question 6. Of the following, which is not an animal that lives in the North Pole? 1, reindeer, 2, polar bear, 3, penguin, 4, lemming.
3, penguin.
Very good. And we go to question 7. Of the following, which has the fastest ball speed? 1, a serve in tennis, 2, a driver shot in golf, 3, a smash in badminton, and 4, a smash in table tennis. Naeja team, your answer please.
Number 2, golf.
Actually, it is the badminton smash that is the fastest. You are in the lead though, Naeja, with 60 points. Congratulations. Now, always a fun part for me. I get to see how well you guys work together as a team. Now, we give you 100 seconds to go through a list of 20 words in a category that you have chosen beforehand. Please do not use the word or phrase that we give you on the board. And team, if you're ready, please take your position. And now, MLB, or Major League Baseball, is your category.
Right.
And, well, do you like baseball a lot?
Well, not really.
But your partner kind of
Yeah, he
persuaded you?
likes it. So,
Did you study up?
Yeah, I had to study like over a week.
Ah, well, I hope that pays off. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Mets and Yankees, S.
Subway Series.
Top 10, A.
All-Star Game. All-Star.
No comment, B.
Babe Ruth.
Last year's World Series winner.
Anaheim Angels.
Korean player start with S.
서재응.
President, K.
Kennedy Score.
Pass. 4-point home run.
Grand Slam.
Someone pitch, you swing and not running, but pass. Start with S, Mark McGuire,
Sammy Sosa.
pass. Rocketman, R.
Roger Clemens.
Korean player, the nickname of Tae-seop.
김병현. 최희섭.
No, nickname.
닉네임. 빅초이.
National League and
인터리그.
A.
A.
National League and
아메리칸 리그.
Right. Pass. The Best Pitcher Award, C.
사이영 어워드.
Name of illness,
루게릭.
pass. Colorado Field,
스포츠필드.
Wow. You know, I could tell that you studied up a lot. However, we couldn't give you hit and run because you used running in part of your hint. And actually, you failed to give the hint of his favorite player. We were talking before the game, Giambi brothers. However, you end the section with 180 points. Congratulations. Now, Naeja team, if you're ready. Now, your category is famous lakes, and you're from a famous lake city. So
That's
is
correct.
that why you chose it?
Sort of, yes.
And did you learn a lot while studying up on this?
A few things.
Well, are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
Inferior opposite.
Superior.
Largest lake.
Caspian
B.
Sea.
B.
Baikal.
Yep. American state. M.
Michigan.
Right. Loch.
Ness.
Yes. Where I'm from. O. Canada.
Ontario.
Right. Largest lake. C.
Caspian Sea.
Right. My name with a girl at the ending.
Victoria.
Right. Number 1, the lake that we studied.
Tanganyika.
No. Chest.
Titicaca.
Right. Canadian lake. H.
Huron.
Right. Sounds like the space.
Naeja.
Right. What's the category? This category?
Lakes.
Right. And the second word is an area. Starts with I can't say. Another word for area?
Lake zones.
No. The ending sounds like someone who's very firm. Pass. Live opposite.
Dead.
And then the ending. Oh, not ocean, smaller.
Dead Sea.
Right. Canadian lake. Sounds like this. E.
Erie.
Right. A car, but it's very
Cost.
big. Starts with a V. Opposite.
Victoria.
Opposite of woman,
Man.
but starts with a V.
We were trying to get to the word van,
Van.
and it was a very interesting hint that you gave for Titicaca.
Sorry.
No, it was good. You end this section actually at a tie, both you teams, and Naeja at 180 points. And now we get to go to the section where at the end we'll see who gets to go into the finals. Let's welcome Mr. David Hwang.
Hi, everybody. All right, you guys, tie match, that's the way it should be, man. When you guys were talking about baseball, I was wishing I was up here because I'm a big baseball fan. So I was like, come on, you can do it.
And do you like Giambi as well?
Yeah, Giambi brothers, definitely.
So what are the rules of the game?
Yes, the rules of the game for this round goes like this. We're going to give you a series of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will give you the first opportunity to answer that question. If you get that question wrong, that chance will be given to the other team. Now, you guys are lucky because we're nice enough to give you another chance if both teams get the question wrong. We'll give you a hint by giving you a spelling clue. 15 questions in all, 30 points per question, 5 seconds to answer. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, so you've laid it all out for us. Let's have question number 1.
Question number 1 is about animal. Studies say that the baby of this animal can recognize its mother's voice in the hubbub of large, dense breeding colonies from as early as 2 days after birth. One of the few investigations of voice recognition in mammals focuses on the sub-Antarctic this. What is this animal?
And
Wales.
Naeja, it's your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
What is this animal which is prized for its chestnut-colored underfur?
Naeja, 5 seconds. Naeja,
Penguin.
why don't we take a look at the hint now? And we need your answer. Naeja.
For seal?
Yes. And it's good to see you on the board. Now let us go on to question 3.
Question number 3 has to do with economy. Recently, European finance ministers pressured Asian governments to allow the region's tightly managed currencies to rise against the dollar. They requested that China unleash its tight control on this currency.
Naeja.
Yen renminbi.
And it's and
Yuan. Yuan.
yes, the yuan. And once again, your scores are even at 210 points. Now let us have the next question.
Question number 4 is about movie. Actor Robert Wagner has sued Sony Pictures Entertainment, claiming he is entitled to half the profits from these 2 movies since he played an important role in developing the 1970s television series.
And
Charlie's Angel.
yes. And you've taken the lead, and team, and let's see what happens.
Young,
with-
can you do us a little Charlie's Angels pose for us? No? Okay.
Okay, and we go to question. My goodness. Second show, and you're already having me pose. And we go to question 5.
Okay, question number 5 has to do with festival. The annual theater festival in the southern French town of this was canceled because of protests by the art industry workers regarding planned changes to their welfare system. This festival is one of Europe's most prestigious cultural events. What is this art festival?
And
Nantes.
And Naeja, it's your chance to answer. Naeja,
Cannes.
okay. Why don't we take a look at our hint? Naeja,
Avignon Festival.
yes. And so let's, well, see the scoreboard again, even at 240
Wow.
points. What a close game. And let's go to question 6.
Question number 6 has to do with fruit. Recently, researchers of the Medical School of Seoul National University.
Naeja,
Tomato?
and it's your chance to answer. Please finish the question.
Yes, the Medical School of Seoul National University announced that certain substances in this fruit help reduce the risk of cancer. It generally has a sweeter and softer texture than apples. This fruit is distinguished by the presence of hard cells in the flesh, the so-called grit or stone cells. What is this fruit?
And 5 seconds. And
Peach.
Naeja,
Pear.
Gosh, almost every food is good for you for some reason or another. Naeja, you've taken the lead with that question. Let's go to question 7.
Okay, question 7 has to do with device. Device. When you go mountain climbing in the summertime, you are often faced with inconvenience when this is suddenly discharged. This happens because some areas of the mountain emit strong magnetic...
Naeja. Naeja?
Landmine.
Oh, you've run out of time, and it's your chance to answer. Please finish the question.
Yes, this happens because some areas of the mountain emit strong magnetic forces. Thus, it's a good idea to take an extra one of these when you're climbing. What is this, which is a component that supplies energy? For example, for cell phones.
And 5 seconds. And?
Battery.
Once again, the score is even. Naeja, you ran out of time on that one. And let's go to question number 8.
It has to do with character. After 3 years of development, this character is now given a darker and edgier attitude. The title comes to PlayStation 2 and PCs with an engaging storyline, impressive locations, and a sweeping score.
Naeja?
Lara Croft.
Very good. And do you like Angelina Jolie?
Yes.
I think she's a very
It's okay.
attractive actress, right?
She's okay.
Strong looking. And why don't we go with the next question?
Yes, question number 9 has to do with city. Hundreds of thousands of techno music fans.
And?
Munich.
And Naeja, it's your chance to answer. Why don't we finish the question?
Of techno music fans jammed into this city on July 12th for the annual Love Parade. From a humble beginning as a small street party of 200 people in a divided Germany in 1989, the festival expanded rapidly. What is the German capital in which this year's Love Parade was held?
Naeja.
Berlin.
And Naeja, you are in the lead. And I think, you had the right idea, but we were looking for the capital city where the Love Parade was. And why don't we go with number 10?
Number 10 has to do with art. A self-portrait by this painter, hidden for more than 300 years behind layers of overpaint added by an apprentice's artwork, changed hands for 9.9 million euros, or approximately $11.2 million at an auction. He was a Dutch painter and etcher.
And?
Vincent van Gogh.
Naeja, it's your chance to answer. Why don't we finish the question?
He was a Dutch painter and etcher of the 17th century. Many of his portraits and self-portraits exhibit a profound penetration of character. Who is this painter?
Naeja. Naeja.
Rembrandt.
Very good. And why don't we go with 11?
Question 11 has to do with computer. The wristband model of this has entered markets since first being introduced at the Comdex last fall. However, despite its travel convenient packaging and accessibility to wireless computing, consumers are not too excited about it. This is a handheld computer that helps with such tasks as taking notes, scheduling appointments, and sending faxes
And?
PDA.
Yes. The personal digital assistant. And what do you think of PDAs?
I am a very non-technological person. I was the last to get a beepy or a pager. I was the last to get a cell phone, so
Really?
PDA is way out of my league right now.
Ah, I use one. It's very useful.
Is that right?
And why don't we go with number 13?
Okay. Number 13 has to do with person. On July 11th, an eBay auction for lunch with this person had attracted a top bid of $105,100. The lunch will take place in New York City for the top bidder and 8 guests, sometime between May 5th and 14th of next year. Who is this legendary investor? The second richest man in the world following Bill.
And? Out of time. And Naeja, 5 seconds. Actually, Naeja, it's your chance to answer, and please finish the question.
Yes. Who is this legendary investor, the second richest man in the world following Bill Gates?
Naeja, 5 seconds. Naeja,
The Sultan of Brunei.
why don't we take a look at the hint? Naeja. Out of time, and
Warren Buffett.
Yes, Warren Buffett. And they also ran another auction, a meal with Charlize Theron. Which one would you have paid for? Had
Oh,
you the
come on.
choice?
No question.
Charlize. Why don't we go with question 14?
All right, question number 14. Entertainment. Australian actress Cate Blanchett said she has been inspired by the life and career of this late film star, whom she will portray in a new film. Blanchett will play this film star in The Aviator, a biopic of Howard Hughes, which is directed by Martin Scorsese. This film star, who recently died at the age of 96,
And?
Catherine Hepburn.
And she is known for having won 4 Oscars. And with that answer, and you have tied once again with Naeja team, meaning you are even at 360 points. Meaning everything is hanging on this last question. We will see. Whoever gets this will get to go on to the finals. So let's have the all-important last question.
Question number 15. The all-important last question has to do with country. Last month, a cargo vessel sailing under a U.S. flag and with a U.S. crew arrived in this country's harbor for the first time in 42 years. The U.S. severed ties with this country and imposed a trade embargo on it.
Naeja.
Cuba.
And with that, Naeja team, you get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. And team, it was a great game.
It was.
It was very tough, and it was just one last question that that tipped the balance over. I know you had a lot of supporters. What do you want to say?
Well, we want to say thank you to our members of E2SC, and we're very happy to be here, and we had a very nice time.
Thank you very much for joining us. And with that, we will be back with Naeja on our final round. See you then. Welcome to our final round, and now let us welcome back the Balut team. Wow, Robert Choi and Jason Park, it's good to have you back. This is your attempt at win number 4 in a row. So you've had a string of wins. How do you feel to be back?
Feels good. That last episode, it's pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. So are you all excited to go with the Naeja team?
Oh yeah.
All right. Are you guys all ready? All right. Well, good luck to all of you. Let us get to our final section. Our final round is composed of 5 categories of questions, 5 questions each. We give you questions ranging from 10 to 50 points, and you get to choose a question once you get a question correct. Now, what are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are Days in August, Geo Asia, Art Terms, Game and Sports, and Party Time.
Party time
Party
sounds really
time.
good,
Yes.
but I will choose the first question. Geo Asia is, of course, about geography, and we will get to Days in August first at 10 points. According to the original Roman calendar, August was known as Sextilis. Sextilis comes from the Latin word meaning having to do with 6. August in Roman times was the 6th month. In 46 BC, this person initiated a thorough reform of the calendar that... Balut.
Emperor Augustus.
And Naeja, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. This person initiated a thorough reform of the calendar that resulted in the establishment of a new dating system in which August became the 8th month. Who is this celebrated Roman general and statesman? The conqueror of Gaul. Naeja, 5 seconds. Naeja?
Julius Caesar.
Yes. And our month named July originates from his name, Julius. And Naeja, if you're already on the board, you get to choose.
Geo Asia for 10, please.
Geo Asia for 10 points.
Indonesia is an archipelago, and its capital, Jakarta, is on a bay. And Indonesians are mostly Muslim. This country has a lot in common with Indonesia, in the geographical sense.
Balut.
Malaysia?
Naeja, it's your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
This country is also an archipelago, and its capital is also on a bay, but it is the only predominantly Christian country located completely in Asia. Surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, it has many beautiful tourist spots such as Cebu and Mindanao. What is this country?
Naeja, 5 seconds. Balut?
Philippines.
Yes. Capital is Manila.
You better get that one right.
Well, why?
Oh, because of our team name from the Philippines.
Yeah, that's right. From the
Seriously?
Philippines, right?
That would have been a disgrace.
Well, you've evened the score at 10 points. You get to choose.
Game and sports for 10.
Game and sports for 10 points.
A form of this was a training game for English archers in the Middle Ages. The game was popular with Tudor monarchs from the time of Henry VIII.
Balut.
Darts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great job. I love darts.
Are you into archery or darts?
I said darts.
Yeah, I know. Are you into archery or darts? Why'd you know?
Beer and darts. Yeah.
Beer and darts.
Good combination, huh? Cricket. All right.
Oh, you get to choose.
Game and sports for 20, please.
All right.
Okay. Game and sports, 20 points.
This question is a multiple choice question, so be careful. You only have one chance to answer, all right? Of the following, which acronym does not belong with the rest? Number 1, KB. Number 2, KR. Number 3, KO. Number 4, KN.
Balut?
KO.
Yes. Knockout, or KO, is a boxing term, whereas all the others are chess terms.
Of course.
And so, Balut, you've taken the lead. Naeja, I'd like to encourage you. They've had a lot more experience with the buzzer and the questions, so buzz in quickly. And Balut, you get to choose.
Game and sports 430, please.
Game and sports, 30 points.
The origin of this is believed to have begun as a game in which country boys bowled at a tree stump or at the hurdle gate of a sheep's pen.
Naeja.
Cricket.
And it is England's national summer sport. Are you a big cricket player?
No, I hate cricket.
Okay. Well, you've evened the
Sorry,
score
England.
with that answer. 40 points even. You get to choose.
Geo Asia for 20, please.
Geo Asia, 20 points.
This country is mostly a desert. It is the largest country on the largest peninsula in the world. And it is bordered by Jordan, Iraq, and Kuwait on the north, by Persia, by the Persian Gulf, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates.
Balut.
Saudi Arabia.
It is named for the House of Saud, the founding and ruling dynasty that dates from the 18th century. And Balut, you've taken the lead. You get to choose.
Game and sports for 40.
Game and sports, 40 points.
This sport, adopted as Canada's national game at the time of the Confederation, was played by
Naeja.
Ice hockey.
Balut, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
was played by Indians in all parts of the country and was later adopted by immigrants. It is a competitive sport, a modern version of the North American Indian game of bagataway, in which two teams of players use long-handled sticks with a net to catch, carry, and throw a ball down the field and into the opponent's goal. What is this sport?
Ballot, 5 seconds. Ballot.
Field hockey?
Why don't we think back? Naeja?
Lacrosse?
Yes. From the French, the closure.
Yes.
And with that, Naeja, you've taken the lead.
A sport that I played in high school.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great sport.
I'm from Canada.
Yeah, you're from Canada, you should know.
Well, you did know ice hockey, right? You've taken the lead, Naeja. 80 versus Ballot 60, and Naeja, you get to choose.
Let's finish game of sports.
Sure, game and sports, 50 points.
This game evolved from pall mall, which was played in France as early as the 13th century and then later introduced into England in the 16th century. It was played on a lawn or a court with long-handled mallets.
Ballot.
Croquet.
We would have also taken long croquet as well. And in Korea and Japan, we call it gate ball. Are you, any of you, big croquet players?
Not really.
Not really. You just wanted to try out the buzzer? It's good. It's all good. And Ballot, you get to choose.
Party time for 10, please.
Party time for 10 points.
Hello, my name is Chimigi, and I'm a party planner. It's great to meet all of you through the Contenders. I always felt that it's worthwhile to do what I do, which is to generate better ideas for a party that people can enjoy and have a good time. That's probably why I had the opportunity to become a party planner. Well, let's test your knowledge about how much you know about parties. This kind of party can be seen in many American movies or dramas about teenagers. You've probably seen this in the sitcom
Ballot.
House party.
And it's Naeja's turn to answer, and she will finish the question.
Earlier episode. And this type of party is organized for high school students, usually held at the end of the school year. The word comes from French and it means to take for a walk. What is this?
Naeja.
Prom?
From the French promenade, or promenade to walk. And Naeja, you've taken the lead. 130 versus Ballot's 110. And so you get to choose.
Days in August for 20, please.
Days in August for 20 points. On August 28, 1963, one of the most memorable speeches in history was publicly spoken for the first time. The famous speech was made by this person in front of over Ballot.
Martin Luther King Jr.
He is the eloquent Black Baptist minister, and the famous speech is the I Have a Dream speech that he shared in Washington, D.C. And Ballot, you've taken the lead.
Days in August for 30, please.
Days in August for 30.
Days in August for 30 points. This unofficially opened on August 15th, 1914. It is one of the two most strategic artificial waterways in the world. The other, Ballot.
The Panama Canal.
And the other is the Suez Canal. And Panama Canal's name originated from the name of the country of Central America, located on the isthmus of the same name. And Ballot, you're increasing your lead. You get to choose.
Days in August for 40.
Days in August for 40 points. On August 8th, 1953, the Soviet Union announced that it had this, shocking the world. Ballot.
Nuclear weapons, yeah.
Naeja, it's your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. It is created by the fusion of the isotopes of a certain substance at high temperatures to form helium. It was first tested by the US in November 1952. A sickening fact, in the 1980s, there were more than 40,000 of these things stored around the world. What is this weapon? Naeja, 5 seconds. Naeja?
Atomic bomb.
Ballot?
Hydrogen bomb.
Yes. Or the H bomb, or we would have also taken the thermonuclear bomb. And this is supposedly several thousand times stronger than the regular old atomic bomb. We had to come up with something stronger than the atomic one.
Seriously.
And Balut, you get to choose.
Days in August for 50, please.
Days in August, closing the category, 50 points. This sports prize was awarded for the first time on August 22nd, 1851. It was first offered as the 100 Guinea Cup in 1851 by the Royal Yacht Squadron of Balut.
America's Cup.
And it is one of the oldest and best-known trophies in international sailing yacht competition. And it's held every 4 years. Are you familiar with the competition? Yeah. Okay, so Balut, you get to choose.
Art terms for 10, please.
Art terms for 10 points. This art term derived its name from remarks that were made by painter Henri Matisse and critic Louis Vaucel, who derisively described Braque's 1908 work, Houses at L'Estaque, as composed of this. This is a highly influential visual art style of the 20th century that was created principally by the painters Pablo Picasso and Balut.
Cubes. Cubism.
Yes. And Georges Braque is the other guy between 1907 and 1914 in Paris. And yes, Cubism is the correct answer, and Balut, you get to choose.
Art terms for 20, please.
Art terms for 20 points. Schwitters, a German artist, was a member of the Dada movement. He was not the originator of this, but he did develop variations on it, using discarded rubbish in order to create pictures. It was the Dada and synthetic cubist technique of combining labels, tickets, newspaper cuttings, wallpaper scraps, and other found surfaces with painted textures, simulating wood graining and marbling. What is this? You combine all these elements to make a picture. Naeja.
Collage.
Yes. Naeja, it's good to see you on the board, and you get to choose.
Art terms for 30, please.
Art terms, 30 points. This term in noun form refers to a highly fanciful art form which intermingles human and animal figures with Balut.
Fauvism.
Naeja, it's your chance to answer, and I'll finish the question. Animal figures with foliage, scrolls, and other decorative motifs. In adjective form, it has come to refer to something bizarre and absurd, and has developed a negative connotation. It is a French word derived from an Italian word, meaning cave painting, which shares the same etymology as grotto from Latin. What is this term, Naeja? 5 seconds. Naeja.
Surrealism.
Think carefully about this term. Remember, in adjective form, it has come to refer to something bizarre and absurd, weird, and it comes from or is derived from an Italian word meaning cave painting, same etymology as grotto. Sounds kind of like grotto and has this meaning in adjective form. Naeja?
Motif.
Balut, 5 seconds. Balut? Okay, it's the grotesque that I was looking for. Grotto, grotesque. Well. And why don't we go with party time? 20 points.
Parties can be fun, but in order to prepare a party, there are lots of details to take care of. Newlyweds and people who have just moved in have this in common. Usually people worry because they don't know how to throw this kind of party.
Naeja.
Housewarming party?
And in Korean, we call this 집들이. And it's great for the guests who come, but troublesome for the hostess or the host. Anyway, Naeja, you get to choose.
30, party time?
Sure, party time for 30 points.
It seems that recently more Koreans are learning to have this kind of party. The special thing about this party is that the more people there are, the more there is to please the taste buds. You can taste different kinds of food at this party.
Naeja.
Potluck?
Because everybody brings their own dish, more people means more food, right? And Naeja, you get to choose once again.
40, please. Party time?
Sure, party time for 40 points.
Listen to the following and name the party related to all of them. 1984 comedy film starring Tom Hanks. 1991 film The Marrying Man starring Kim Basinger and Alec Baldwin. 1990
Naeja.
Bachelor party?
We would have gone on to give you Very Bad Things, the 1998 film with Cameron Diaz and Christian Slater. And for women, we call it The Bridal Shower. And Naeja, you're catching up very quickly. 200 versus Balut's lead of 260 points. And Naeja, you get to choose.
Art terms 40, please.
Art terms for 40 points. This is known by several names: Jugendstil in Germany, Modernista in Spain, and Modern Style in Britain. The name of this is taken from a gallery opened by Siegfried Bing in 1895 in Paris, one of the movement's leading advocates. It is an ornamental style of art that flourished between about 1890 and 1910 throughout Europe and the United States. What is this? Balut.
Art Deco?
Naeja, 5 seconds. Naeja?
Art Nouveau?
Yes. And Art Nouveau was also influenced by experiments with expressive line by the painters Paul Gauguin and Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. And Naeja, you're just 20 points behind Balut's lead. Very close. You get to choose.
Art terms 50, please.
Art terms, closing the category, 50 points. Both Basquiat and Herring were active in the 70s and 80s in this controversial art movement that was ridiculed by many among the conservative art set. Both of these artists died young, Basquiat from a drug overdose and Herring from AIDS. However, their reputations, Balut.
Graffiti.
Yes. It's a street art that developed into elite museum art culture, and we would have also taken graffito. And it is casual writing, rude drawing, or marking on the walls of buildings as distinguished from a deliberate writing known as an inscription. And Balut, you have increased your lead. You get to choose.
Party time for 50, please.
Closing the category of party time, 50 points.
In Mexico, you can't mention this when you're talking about parties. It's used at weddings in the earlier days, which is a Mexican-Spanish...
Balut.
A piñata.
Naeja, it's your chance to answer, and she will finish the question.
From the French word mariage. This accompanies folk music in the city streets and plays both traditional and recently composed popular music. This is a Mexican string orchestra composed of violins, guitars, harps, mandolins, and double basses. What is this?
Naeja?
Mariachi?
And once again, there is a 20-point gap between you. Naeja, 290 versus Balut's 310. And Naeja, you get to choose.
Geo Asia for 30, please.
Geo Asia, 30 points.
Finally, back to me. You guys have been avoiding me like a black plague, but I'm going to get you with these questions. Here we go. Conflicts between Hindus and Muslims in this country led to the creation of Pakistan as a separate Muslim state.
Balut.
India.
Now, an interesting fact is that East Pakistan declared its independence and changed its name to Bangladesh in 1971. Balut, you have increased your lead to 340 now, and you get to choose.
Geo Asia for 40, please.
Geo Asia, 40 points.
Buddhist and Brahmanic Hindu versions of newer legends dominate the early history of this country. It is a landlocked country in southern Asia, bordered on the north by Chinese Tibet and the Himalayas.
Naeja.
Mongolia?
Balut, it's your chance to answer, and please finish the question.
Bordered on the north by Chinese Tibet and the Himalayas, and bounded by India to the east, south, and west. It contains some of the most rugged and difficult mountainous terrain in the world. What is this country?
Balut, 5 seconds. Balut.
Nepal.
And the capital is Kathmandu. And now we have just one question left on our board. We have Geo Asia, 50 points.
This island is first mentioned in Ptolemy's Guide to Geography, which was written about AD 150. Roman trade beads and Indo-Javanese artifacts that give evidence of a flourishing civilization dating to the 2nd or 3rd century BC have been discovered concerning this island. The largest political segment of the island is Indonesian, known as Kalimantan. This is one of the great islands of the world and is situated in the southeast of the Malay Peninsula. What is this?
Balut.
Bali.
Naeja, 5 seconds. Naeja?
Papua New Guinea.
Now, let's think about the southeast Malay Peninsula. Okay, we are imagining this section of the map, and a part of Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei are all on this island. Balut.
Burma?
No, that's a city.
Naeja, 5 seconds. Naeja?
Guinea.
We're looking for Borneo.
Borneo.
Yes. Well, that was a pretty tough answer to end our quiz. However, very close game, but Balut, you have come out the winner once again. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
Naeja, you made this a very tough game. You guys did a great job. This was your first time on our quiz show. What do you have to say to our supporters?
I'd like to say thank you to all my friends and family and students for watching us here on the show. Most of you probably watched in other countries, so you watched on the internet. It's been nice to have your support, and I'm just sorry I didn't win for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. And now, Balut. It was another very close game for you guys, but you guys came out the winners at the end. So, how do you feel?
It's starting to get a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
As the stakes go higher, you know.
We're getting close to home now.
Home, I suppose, is Europe?
U.S.
Oh, the U.S. So you want to go to the U.S.?
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Europe would be, nice too.
But first stop for you would be the U.S. Well, we'll give you another opportunity next week. Congratulations again on your win. Our Balut team won again. Well, watch us next week to see what happens. Thank you for joining us this week. See you again. Bye-bye.